This one right here, I uh, I just want to let you all know that no matter how much life beats you down, and no matter how much you feel as though you're all alone in the fight for in the struggle to stay alive through the difficult times. And look, I spent the Christmas of 2018 worried about if my childhood friend was gonna make it home. I'm so glad he did. I'm so glad he made it home. I know you went through a lot. You're not alone. It hurt. You know, I struggled, and it was difficult. He pulled through, and I pulled through. You can do it too. My childhood friend, you know, you know, you people, you don't understand that by being ugly to complete strangers. Some of you were really ugly to me back in January, and I was dealing with, on the forefront of my mind, was my brother gonna make it home okay? Was he and I know that through these holidays, a lot of people are going through what I went through, and it really hurts. Believe me, I know the pain. I was there myself. I was down on my knees on the phone, begging him not to go. I begged him and pleaded with him not to go. But he went where he was sent, and he made it home safe. I understand that you may be worried about whether your loved ones are going to make it home or not. I spent a full year, not knowing if my brother was going to make it home. And these are tears of sadness and joy. No one's ever going to understand what that's like unless they've had a brother or a sister or their mom or their dad or their son or daughter deployed in the military. And I just can't even begin to describe it. I know I fell back into my addictions and stuff. at the start of it. And one of my high school friends, a real true sweetheart, I didn't realize it, but she was doing the same thing, self-medicating with depressants. And I just can't even begin to describe to you people. Please don't be ugly. You don't even want to know the struggle I went through for a full year. It was among the toughest of the tough times that I've ever been through in my life. There were so many struggles I went through. I was arrested because people were afraid of me, allegedly, but it was false evidence to them. After I had been wrongfully arrested for 6 straight months, every time I saw a cop car, every time I saw a cop car, the thought came to my mind, is today going to be the day? Is today going to be the day that somebody else thinks that I want to hurt them? And meanwhile, my buddy was overseas, fighting for our freedom. And a bunch of pansy assholes were ugly to me. And you know what? It's good to have you home. Welcome home, brother. Welcome home. It's so good to have you home. Whilst we may be miles apart physically right now, welcome home. I really appreciate you being home. I'm glad you made it home. And please, everyone, please understand this. The families of servicemen and women, you don't know who they are specifically, but my childhood friend and brother, not everyone gets it. You're all caught up in your daily life and you think your employer is such a piece of crap. Try being the childhood friend of someone who's overseas or who gets the phone call, hey, you've got to go overseas. It's time. Pack your bags, you got to go. Try being the family member of someone who gets that phone call. And I know I didn't make it any easier on him by begging him to stay, but I really didn't want him to go. But God was there for both of us, for all of us. God was honestly there for all of us. God brought him home safely. And it really bothers me to see people being so ugly to each other. I'd like to say, welcome home, brother. Welcome home. I'd also like to say to all the service members that are out there overseas watching my videos, have no fear. God will bring you home. If it's your time, it's your time. But God's got all our interests at heart. He'll bring you home. I know you may be over there, somewhere overseas, struggling, being away from your family this Christmas. And that thought will never leave my mind during the holidays. I'll never look at Christmas the same way again. And if anyone wants to say, "Oh, you're not a man for crying," they're full of crap. They're heartless. I understand the struggle. I do. I really, truly do. You're not alone. I'm here for you. For those of you who are getting deployed, understand this much. You are not alone. Not only are your buddies fighting by your side next to you overseas, your family's going to be here. If your family's a really good family, they're going to be waiting for your return. Someone hung themselves on Monday, and I wasn't too far away, and didn't even know it was going down. Something was trying to pull me in that direction. And I ignored it. To the family who lost their loved one at Riverfront Park in Spokane, I'm sorry I ignored the cries for help. Though I couldn't hear them, I felt the force, and I ignored it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss. I wish I hadn't have ignored my gut telling me to go over there. I can't help but think maybe I may have been able to help if I'd have been there. But that's going to be one of the things that haunts me. It really, truly is. I don't know who the person was. I don't know this person's family. I was at Rocket Bakery getting my coffee. And so I really hope you all learned a lot from this particular video, and I understand there were a lot of tears shed, and we need to keep the Christmas spirit alive all year round. You got to give a little to those who are working towards achieving their goals to receive a little later on down the road while working towards achieving your goals. A wise man once said, a random act of kindness is a great deed paid forward in the long run. It may take some time, but putting that good deed out there does in fact come back, because you do a good deed for someone that really deserves it, and that's not looking to just use you. Sorry, it's late at night now. As long as, if you do a good deed for the right people, they'll do a good deed in return. For example, if you are willing to take the time to help somebody diagnose an issue, and they're able to diagnose it with your assistance, before long, that one person who you assisted with figuring out the problem, the actual issue, they will tell some of their friends, hey, you've got to come to this person for this type of issue. This person knows their stuff. Yeah, that right there, take that to heart, because it really is true.